here from Brooklyn tonight. Where are my Brooklyn people? No, a lot of people with really raspy voices in my neighborhood. You run into them on the street, they're like, "Hey, buddy, get the hell off my car. You're leaning on my car." And I'm like, "Sorry, Maria. Won't let that happen again." 72 years old. Thank you. Thank you. I finally figured out my pronouns. I'm he, him, has been.
Thank you.
But I sing at senior citizen homes, and it's fun. People always ask me, "Oh, well, that's so nice of you to donate your time." I'm getting paid. But I wrote a song for the seniors. I call it the Hebrew Hoedown. You ready? Here we go. Well, swing your partner round and round. Be careful or you might fall down. Lean on your walker, but don't let it tip. Be careful or you might break your hip. Mahjong bingo's what I like to play. I knock over your sister for the free buffet. I'm sorry, folks, I gotta go take a nap. So let's all put on our diapers and take a big... crap! Does anybody know how this ends? I don't know. I'm in a mixed marriage. Now, I'm not lying. I'm actually, my wife is Jewish. I was raised Southern Baptist. That's a great mix, isn't it? Jewish and Southern Baptist. Whenever my wife feels guilty, I can hail her. Yes. Here's some Ativan. Yes. My wife is actually a loud person because we lived in New York City in the 80s when there were no cell phones. So, you know, like if you forgot something back then, you had to yell down 6 stories to remind the other person, right? You'd be like, "Honey, don't forget to buy the condoms." Like, "Thanks, honey. Thanks for embarrassing me." "No problem." "Anything else you want to say?" "Yes. Make sure they're extra small." I actually come from, like I said, most of my family is from the South. We were what you would call a musical family. And you know what they say about musical families, right? The family that sings together. So shut the hell up. Very obnoxious. Yeah. But my mother had a beautiful singing voice. She would play the piano and sing Broadway songs, you know. "Some enchanted evening will annoy the neighbors." And I would always sing Frankie Valli, you know. "Walk like a man, talk like a man, sing like a girl, my son." But my father had a great voice, too, but he was always worried about my sexuality, you know. He's like, "Well, son, you know, if you're going to sing high like that, remember, never let another man touch your privates." He actually said that, you know. I had to console him. "Dad, you don't have to worry. Nobody's touching my privates except for my doctor, and he's a registered dentist, so you can relax." And yeah, I love the South. I went to college in Florida. Have any Floridians here? Nobody wants to admit it. Yeah, we used to back in the day, not now. No. All right, you know, quick impression. This is my impression of the governor down there. What's his name? DeSantis? This is Ron DeSantis as a vampire. "I suck." Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank God he's in charge of Disney. If he was in charge of Disney, all the characters would have political agendas, you know. Goofy would meet you at the gate. "Hi, boys and girls. Climb aboard our new ride, the immigration plane. We'll never see you again." Mickey Mouse would be Mickey Rat. "That's right, kids. I got to talk like this because of the Don't Say Gay law. I got to butch it up, you know." 7 dwarves would be the 7 evangelicals. "Hi-ho, hi-ho. We'll ban the books, you know. Hi-hos." All right, let me end with some impressions here. How about an impression of a comic? Mick Jagger's lips. Start me up. Okay, thank you. Gilbert Gottfried, here we go, telling his favorite Middle Eastern joke. "These 2 Jews walked into a bar, followed by these 2 Palestinians who walked into the same bar. And they started punching and kicking and beating each other. Suddenly, from out of the mist, came Donald Trump, who was naked. And they were so frightened, they signed the peace treaty and the conflict was over." Not quite. All right. Knock, knock. Not me, because I'm dead. Thank you.